All right, let's dive into an idea for growing your business that might sound, well, a little crazy at first. We're not talking about hustling for more customers or pinching pennies. We're talking about something most people are frankly terrified to do: doubling your price.
I mean, just think about it. When a business wants to scale up, to get bigger, what's the knee-jerk reaction? What's the first tool almost everyone reaches for in the toolbox?
For most of us, the logic feels like a no-brainer, right? If we just lower our prices, we'll be cheaper, we'll get more people in the door, sell more stuff, and all that volume, well, that's going to lead to growth. It's the classic playbook. But what if that playbook is leading you right off a cliff?
Yeah, that conventional wisdom, it's not a path, it's a trap. We call it the underpricing trap. And it's so dangerous because it starves your business of the one thing it needs to survive and thrive: profit. Without profit, you can't invest, you can't innovate, you can't grow. You're just running in place.
So, if cutting prices is the wrong move, what's the right one? Well, what if I told you that every growing business has a secret weapon? A private bank that offers an almost unbelievable interest rate. It sounds too good to be true, but it isn't. The secret is something called your internal rate of return, or IRR. Now don't worry, don't let the fancy term throw you. All it means is the interest rate your business earns on every single dollar of profit you put back into the business itself.
And what kind of interest rate are we talking about here? For a healthy, growing business, the IRR is usually somewhere between 25 and 50% per year. Just let that sink in for a second. Your high street bank might give you, what, 2%? Your own business can give you 25 times that.
This quote just nails it perfectly. Think about it. If a legitimate bank made you that offer, 25% interest guaranteed, you'd be scrambling to find every last penny to put in that account. Well, guess what? Your business is that bank.
And the difference this makes over time is it's staggering. Look at this. £1,000 in a regular bank at 2% interest turns into just over $1,100 after 5 years. Okay, fine. But that same £1,000 reinvested back into a business with a 35% IRR, it becomes almost £4,500. That difference, that is the rocket fuel for real growth.
Okay, so the question becomes, how do we get more of that rocket fuel into the engine? And that brings us to this really powerful idea, this diagnostic tool called the Double Your Price Dare. And let me be clear, this isn't about being reckless, it's about being incredibly smart.
Just ask yourself this simple, kinda scary question. What would actually happen if tomorrow you doubled your price?
Now, this isn't about betting the farm. There are two really safe ways to figure this out. The first is to run a small, controlled, real-world experiment where the stakes are low. And the second, if that's not an option, is to run a powerful thought experiment. Either way, what you learn will be game-changing. Okay, so how do you actually run one of these experiments without giving your existing customers a heart attack? The trick is to find a little sandbox to play in, a safe, ring-fenced environment. And here are 4 fantastic ways you can do that. Got a new market you're moving into? Perfect. It's a blank slate for pricing. Launching a brand new product? Same deal. Or you could create a premium or pro version of something you already sell. Or maybe you don't even touch the main price. You just focus on high-margin add-ons. All of these are safe ways to get real-world data. And does it actually work? Oh, you better believe it. Check out this story about a video production company. They decided to test this out by doubling their prices, but only for new clients in the London market. And the result was just mind-blowing. Their conversion rate, the number of people who said yes, it didn't budge. They realized their old, lower price was actually making high-end clients think they weren't any good.
To really get why this happens, you have to climb inside your customer's head for a minute. Think of their decision-making process like a seesaw. On one side, you have how big and painful their problem is. And on the other side, you have what they perceive the total cost of your solution to be. To make a sale, your side of the seesaw has to look heavier.
And this is the critical part. Cost is so much more than just a price tag. It's the hassle of implementing your solution. It's the time it's going to take. It's the emotional energy of switching from what they're doing now. Your price is just one weight on that side of the seesaw.
And all of this leads to a fundamental shift in how we should think. Price isn't just a number you slap on a product to cover your expenses and hopefully make a little extra. No, price is the engine. Price is the machine that creates the profit you need to reinvest, to innovate, and to build a genuinely better company. Which brings us to a conclusion that feels wrong but is absolutely right. For long-term health and growth, being too cheap is almost always worse than being too expensive.
Because being too cheap kicks off a vicious cycle, right? A low price sends a signal of low quality to the world. It attracts customers who are pain to deal with. And most importantly, it leaves you with no money left over to reinvest in making your product or your service truly amazing. You get trapped.
So, let's just boil this all down. What are the big takeaways? 1. Your business is a high-return investment vehicle just waiting for cash. 2. Price is the fuel for that investment. 3. Your price is sending a powerful signal about your quality, whether you like it or not. And 4. You have to test your assumptions. Find safe ways to find out what people are really willing to pay.
So I'll just leave you with this one final thought to mull over. What if you stopped thinking about your price as just a number? What if you started seeing it as the single most powerful, strategic tool you have to actually build the company you've always dreamed of building? What would you do differently?